101. I'm your host, Daniel Castle, and today's subject is going to be aliens. Why am I smiling, or why am I thinking so cynical to myself? It's because I came across a subject on the internet in regards to humans, aliens posing as humans and walking around amongst us. Aliens posing as humans. That's
interesting. You can believe it then.
It's an interesting theory because it's a theory that's been spoken of in emerald tablets, which it makes it really cynical because they've spoken about this before in the ancient world. Imposters posing as human beings or jacking human beings and entering into places of power. Really cynical stuff. So now the media is talking about it. It makes you think, was David Icke
the lizard man.
the lizard people, was he correct? Because that's kind of like where we come from, the emerald tablets. The serpent that could transform into a human being. It's really cynical. Then you can hear about it, like in the Bible, the serpent talking to Eve. It's
what
not
about the non-biblical theories?
non-biblical theories of the alien in the spaceship coming from
No,
another world.
non-biblical theories in regards to
Aliens.
aliens in
human forms.
In human
Oh,
forms.
mate, they're all over the place if you actually reason with them deeply. We have this subject which is talking about having an angel on the right hand side and an angel on the left hand side, which one comes to help you and protect you against what from the harms that the other one comes and does to man, or to the individual. So there seems to be a kind of a warfare or a game going on behind the veil, behind the scenes that we don't see. If that's going on culturally, you have a protective angel, and okay, that's an alien from another dimension. Or some people like to say it's like ancestors, was my family. Okay, I can dig that. Like we are on the angelic evolutionary cosmic process of being, rather than saying, we evolved from monkeys. Maybe you say that, okay, we evolved from some beings of higher dimension, intellectual beings from higher dimension. Cool, but that's really deep shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, aliens, intellectual, technological aliens. How about that? They've shown to us those kind of images in Hollywood. Aliens with spaceship. What's that movie where Will Smith was in? Was in Independence Day. There's that form of alien, and then there's another form of alien which they show us sometimes, like the movies Alien, a biological, destructive, powerful being, like the alien, the being that wants to lay an egg within you so it could create more of itself, as the human being being an incubator for this. It's what would you call it? A creature that needs another creature in order to evolve.
But what do you mean to evolve?
You mean it like the movie Alien? It needs the human
to
being
reach its next catalyst.
Yes, or even to have kids or create more of itself. It needs something else to incubate. A host to incubate it. That's another cynical alien.
There's even that happens in like the insect kingdom and stuff like
exactly. Nature does all this stuff already. So cosmically, imagine whatever we could imagine cosmically it can be. Whatever we can imagine, maybe it's even on planet Earth, but yeah, cosmically you'll find stuff that will just blow your idea totally away. Literally.
I believe in aliens, but because I'm not religious, so I find it a strange topic to have, a topic of conversation to have with people. You know what I mean?
I think the alien theory is right at the beginning of the Book of Genesis.
I disagree.
Well, somebody created man a grouping.
But that's why I disagree, is because you could take whatever you want from the Bible and believe it.
But this,
especially if you claim the Bible is an allegory or something like that, then
exactly,
it makes it even more subjective.
More subjective. That's what I'm saying. To me, it's like, okay, they created this man, and he tells us he wasn't created on planet Earth, and yet Adam was created on planet Earth. So the book of Genesis is speaking of man being created, but not on Earth. The first man. Not Adam, but the first man. Let us make man in our own image and likeness. And the funny thing about it, it's so different from the creation of Adam, because when they made man, they said, let us make man, him and her, like male and female. Yeah, when they first made the man, they made him male and female. Then they gave him superiority over all the creatures that were in that reality or in that world. They gave him superiority over the beasts of the ground, the birds of the air, the fish and stuff like that, over that. And then it states paradise and earth, like they're two separate things. Paradise and earth was not yet created. Then after that comes the creation of Adam. So I'm like, for my reasoning, I'm like, okay, you're telling me that man was created in another planet, somewhere in this solar system. You know, man was created by some powerful beings somewhere else.
That's one way to look at the book of Genesis.
Exactly, before Adam was created. And then the cynical thing about Adam is like when God first creates Adam, according to the Bible, it's like he's the Lord, not even God. It says the Lord made Adam from the earth of the planet, should we say? You know, but then when he made him, he looked at him like a creature, a monumental failure. He did not bless Adam. He did not give him superiority over the creatures of the land and the birds and the fish. He wasn't given superiority over nothing. In fact, I think I've come across in some Bibles where he said he flung him to the wilderness. Like he was a creature. He said he made a creature. I created a creature and flung him to the wilderness. Which is quite alien from what the Lord created. It's not like the first creation where he blessed it and gave it powers. Second,
but if they're just man-made theories, what relevance does it have?
It's the allegory behind the story. The story has been turned into a Chinese whisper, where it's like God made man, he made man in his own image and likeness and blessed him. I don't think so. The Bible does not say that.
Well, you can say whatever they believe it.
I know.
The Bible, won't it?
I know if people are reading it for me, then I could take their concepts and read them. Like, oh, okay, this preacher said this, that person said this, and they all seem to be the same Chinese whispers. Great, but until you take the book of the Bible itself and read
it for yourself.
Yes, have your own, but do not interpret it like you interpret. Read the thing with a clear mind. Don't come with a religious mind or any mindset. Just read the words for what they are. That's why I say I've never heard anyone say man was created before planet Earth. That's in the Bible, in the book of Genesis. I don't hear people saying about that. You don't hear people telling me that man was not created on earth. According to the book of Genesis, man was not created on earth. And man was created before planet Earth. Or paradise. You will never hear people telling me that, but that's what the Bible's, the words in there are saying. That's what I found out. Paradise and earth was not yet created. Where did I get that from? From the Bible.
Yeah, but who says it's right then? Isn't it?
We're not going with who says it was right, who's this. Why don't people state that?
State what?
What's exactly written there?
Why would they
This
state
is
it?
because they state the Chinese whispers, which mislead people. They say the Bible says, oh, God made man in his own image, when the Bible does not say that. It says, let us make man in our own image. You see what I mean about the Chinese whispers? You've changed the statement from what's actually there to saying God done that. When we go with what's actually there, what's written, then all of a sudden we start asking different questions. We start going on a different path. When we just listen to the preacher, like what they've always wanted us to interpret the Bible from their way of thinking rather than reading it for yourself. Don't interpret it. That's what I'm saying. Forget that. Just read what's in there with an open mind, just like you would read a novel or any other book. It's like going to watch a movie with prejudice already. You've already factored out for yourself. Go there with an open mind, just clear mind. I don't know this stuff, and just read it first and foremost. Then again, you go back and read it. You get, whoa, I didn't see that before. You go back and read it. You be like, I didn't see that before. I didn't see that before. So this concept of alien, according to the Bible, it's a whole cosmic thing. Man did not come from planet Earth. Adam may have, because his body goes back to the ground. And can Adam come out the planet Earth? The same Adam has gone to the moon. We've gone to the moon. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not, but I know the physical body is born in this world and it goes back to the earth. But yet he has to be born from another human being. God does not make the physical body as we know. We have to procreate. We have to have nuki. I don't care what anyone says. Get it on to procreate. And again in the Bible it says, the Lord wants you to procreate. Make more views. Make more views. You know, male and female. Those are the only ones that can bring more of us. So we get together and we make more of us. But the question is, you know that God never made you. You were born from the womb. Then the question is, how did you get to the womb? How did you get to the womb? Because you existed before the womb was. You existed before the world was, before the earth was. Even right now, there are those yet to be born that exist. They will exist maybe next year and the year before that, 2027, 2028. But they're absolutely conscious. I'm so cynical, I'm like, they're even watching us right now. Some of them are picking their mummy and daddy. It depends on what dimensions they're in. Some could be in the universe as a soul being. Some could be outside of the universe as an entity. Some could be beyond the entity level as spirits. All these levels, and they're yet watching us. And yet they're going to choose, that's going to be my mummy and that's going to be my daddy. But yet they're in all different dimensions. And like I say, outside of the universe. So how alien is this thing? We're alien ourselves because, like I said, the whole universe is a holographic simulation. So we're coming into the universe. What's to say those in intellectual spacecrafts are not also coming into the universe and not experiencing another level of the universe, dimension, space-time, whatever. But we're in the third dimension, space-time, or our physical body. See, the thing is so alien that configuring all this universe alien thing is just so complicated because there are different levels to it. Not just the physical, three-dimensional universe. There's also like the fourth dimensional aspect to this universe. The fifth. What's to say they're not popping from the sixth dimension and stressing us in the third? Do you know? Or what's not to say that maybe our soul is in the fourth dimension, right? In the fourth dimension. And it's utilizing the physical body in the daytime to be in the third dimension. How about that thing? Since we can take it, we're dimensional beings. Yeah. So this alien thing is so deep. Mate, I bet there's people out there who've had dreams they've met aliens in their dreams. I've had a couple of those. Do you know what I mean? So how deep is this universe matrix? This holographic fractal universe. I like Dr. Professor, what's his name? Donald Hoffman, when he calls it cosmopolytube. You know, cosmopolytubes. Fucking interesting. Because the way he's coined it is like cosmopolytube. It's like a tube. It's cosmic, and it's poly. It's many. Cosmopolytube, because that's what I think the universe is. It's like a vortex, a hurricane. You know, like when you're flushing the toilet, that spiraling motion. That's what it's all about. Everything is in motion, spiraling up, spiraling all the way up to where? To be deleted. To be deleted. The universe is not eternal, it's not forever. It has a beginning and it has an end. Everything that has a beginning has an end.
But how can it be deleted?
Because
information could never be deleted.
It's deleted or transformed completely from what it is in the universe. All this dark matter and matter, the nebulas, the galaxies, and all the dark matter, it gets deleted. It becomes antimatter. That's the delete when matter meets antimatter, annihilation. Where is all the antimatter? Antimatter is a higher realm outside of the matter universe that we come from. So we also come from an antimatter universe, and we're choosing to come down into a matter universe. Matter and antimatter meet, kaput, they annihilate each other. So the universe has an ending. Where did all this antimatter come from? We've heard of the Big Bang. So matter never came out first, if there was such a thing as a Big Bang. Antimatter came out first, and maybe another form of matter, higher dimensions, which caused higher dimensions before the universe. So you see, there's these things science can do with antimatter. It says that if we bring antimatter into the physical dimension, beings, it opens up portals and other beings come searching for it. Dude, I don't know if that's true or stuff like that, but I've come across some crazy ass stories about antimatter. So scientists are studying antimatter. How can it be popping in and out of a matter universe? Just the same way we popping into a matter universe, but make sure we can know the part of us that came into the holographic matter universe, it produces a matter copy of self in order to participate in a matter universe. And that those two cannot meet. That's why at the moment we don't have no full knowledge of who we are. Because if we do, then you become aware, you don't want to play along with this simulation game, because now you know kind of like, okay, I know what I am. Not who I am, that's much more complicated, but what I am. I am beyond a human being. I'm also beyond the soul. You know, you have these different existence of self because you're living in a fractal universe with different environments. And in all these environments, you have a vessel specifically for that environment, that we have a vessel specifically for the three-dimensional reality that we are, the physical reality. So yeah, everything is we don't understand, so it's alien. Even our knowledge of spirituality of self, it's alien. The deeper we get into that, the less interested we are in spaceships and all that kind of stuff. Because in the alien nature of who you are, it's really deep. It's really something else. It has nothing to do with technological stuff like that. It's like you being a Silver Surfer, and you can journey beyond this universe, maybe into another universe, and pop out of that universe, or pop out of universes. Universes, you come to find out universes are just realms of simulation that you pop into. They're higher levels of us, of ourselves, that choose to pop into a simulated universe. I'm meaning that we don't come from a simulated universe, none of us. No one comes from a simulated universe, but the copy that's participated in the three-dimensional universe comes from there. It's used the cellular structures, the atomic structures, in order to make a copy of itself, just like we make a copy of ourselves in a dream. You know, the simulation theory, how it's functioning, it's really deep. It's not a kid playing a game in another dimension, and the physical body is the gaming tool.
brings me to a point. A lot of people seem to say they believe in simulation theory now with no answerable belief as to how the simulation is run.
How the simulation?
I personally would guess it's run by some sort of sentient computer or AGI or AI or something like that. But what would you think?
I think it's a spiritual simulation. Maybe this what I speak of, the higher aspect of ourselves. People like to say, I'm a spiritual being having a physical experience. What if to say this spiritual being from the realm that it exists in, outside of a dark matter universe, they exist outside of a dark matter universe. Let's say the spirits, because they don't come from the universe, are the ones that created or chose to manifestate. Some people say emanate, yeah, a universe. So let's say the universe has been emanated by spiritual beings that don't exist in the universe, but those spiritual beings are in a realm of oneness. The spirit that we say is a human spirit comes from. If you say you're a spiritual being having a physical experience, ask yourself, where did this spirit come from? So the spirit comes from beyond the universe. It pops in and out. But before it pops in and out of the universe, it must become man. It must attain legs, arms, head, but of an entity. So this entity can dream that it's a human being, and thus the spirit is having its senses in the universe. So the secret is studying man to attain the spiritual higher awarenessness. It's only through the study of the self, the man, the monad, which is dreaming a human being, we cannot attain the spiritual knowledge of where we come from. That's what I found out. That's why I'm stuck on that path of studying the monad. What is the monad? Now, I'm an artist, so I can refer you to the image of the moving images of Agent Smith and Neo fighting in the ring. When Neo submitted to Agent Smith, and he says, "Yes, you're right," and embraced that darkness that Agent Smith was using to copy everyone, to turn himself into a smith, to turn everyone into a smith. Yes, so this dark nature that the smith was using, out of that, at the end of the fight, it became light. All the smiths became light. That light is the monad. The monad is a single atomic structured entity that does not come from the universe. So that aspect of the monad is what's dreaming that you are in this reality. It's even it's so deep that my theory is now that the monad's dream, which is the physical body, has attained an ego and somehow has been ensouled. So even the soul that the physical gets is not from the monad itself. The soul belongs to the universe. So the dream of the monad, which is the physical body, now is ensouled by beings that exist within the universe to fulfill their purpose of being, cosmic evolution. And then not only that, the physical body, that which is the monad's dream, has been given an ego. This is us today, when we walk around thinking we are the shit. You know, thinking that we just identify with the physical body. Literally like, yeah, you know. You want to go out to a restaurant, you want to go out to eat, you want that Beamer, you want that big house, you want that career. That's the ego. That's the ego. But I bet the ego was never always in the physical body. It has attained this. Maybe the soul was in the physical body prior to the ego. And now probably the ego wants to depart from the physical body totally. And that's the ego to take over the physical body for the next maybe 3,000 years. So we'll live without a soul or just purely ego, a mindset, materialistic, economical mindset, which is dangerous. It takes us away from becoming in knowledge of self, because the ego is looking for the soul. I take you back to the movie Matrix at the beginning. In the movie Matrix, right at the beginning, the first movie, he was asleep in the computer, dreaming. He was searching for Morpheus. What is Morpheus? Morpheus is to morph your mentality. Your mind is morphing, is asking the right questions, developing, morph, the dreamer, the god of dreams. So you have to be in the dream state. You have to understand these dreams that you have, which are really deep. And who does it meet after Morpheus? The Trinity. So the ego is searching for higher aspects of itself. That's why in the movie Matrix, he meets Trinity, he follows the white rabbit on the shoulder, remember? And he meets Trinity in a bar. The soul is always represented as female in this, in the film industry. As female. So here, Neo has met Trinity, he's searching. Trinity is going to lead him into the path of the Logos, into the path of knowledge of self. So humanity is searching for this aspect of itself. The ego is searching to know the soul. And that's what's going on today. They must keep you away from attaining your soul nature, or attaining that soul consciousness, because everyone has it. Forget about soul with dancing and stuff like that. Forget that stuff. I'm talking about the intellectual, empathic, cosmic reasoning, especially to do with empathy. Through that doorway, then we can get to the soul, which is also an alien thing now. Now that's the deepest alien thing that we should be studying, because most of us don't know nothing about the soul, or we all don't know nothing about the soul. It's just hearsay, Chinese whispers as usual. We don't have a clue. You know, you've heard about the Kundalini and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the gateway through the soul. But how many of us can perform that? How many of us can perform that fire? How many of us can experience the Logos? Not many. So the best way to go through this, or go through that path, is learning how to be empathic. Learning empathy. Studying thyself. Developing your ego. Because like I say, we have an ego now. I bet you the ego wasn't fully deep into the body 7,000 years ago. But now the ego is like fully in the body. Now we're economical, materialistic societies. Out of control. Something is leading us out of control. They attack us in the food, with the sounds, with what we see. It's like literally someone, to me, the way I'm reasoning with this, some other being, something in the cosmos. I'm not even claiming that it's on planet Earth, but something in the cosmos knows who and what we are, and how powerful we are. Yeah? And it's about controlling the dream aspect of that, who we are. Because you can't control who we are. You can't mess with that. So what we're going to control is the lower dimensional aspect of who you are. That aspect of who you are is bound in a three-dimensional reality, or physical body. Just like you make a copy of yourself in your physical dream. Your physical dream. So that fractal theory of dreams still continues. We've been having a dream, having a group dream, just like in the Matrix, when you're plugged in, or everyone was plugged into the capsules. You saw it. Whole buildings, just capsule. Each individual's plugged into the same scenario. And that's what we're in. We're all plugged into the same dream. Hollywood loves this stuff, and they know about it, but yet the dimension where we're at, dreaming the physical body, I don't truly understand it. So I cannot start telling you about stuff that I only have theories of. But I know, like, okay, we're in a higher dimension, dreaming that we're human beings, a monad. a single atomic structured entity, it has to do with atoms and structures and forms, is in a higher dimension than the lower dimension. Dreaming that it's a human being. See, that's really alien and out there, which has something to do with that's how I say, how is that, what does that have to do with me as the individual? How does that benefit me? What does that have to do with me? But it has a lot to do with me. I wake up every morning, I pop into the physical body. I never knew that. I know. But then one day when I experienced the ego popping into the physical body, I was like, damn shit. Experience the logos, then you go, okay, cool. All right, that's when you start asking deeper questions, because if you have several different experiences, like for example, astrophysical experience, etheric experience, or near-death experience, you're left with more questions now. It becomes much more difficult, but yet easier to reason with it. You can kind of put it together easier, rather than just having one astrophysical experience or just one etherical experience or just one near-death experience. But when you have these layers of experiences, then you're like, okay, the universe is like this. It's not just physical. It's not just a fourth dimension. Okay, I'm playing part in all these other dimensions. Okay, science is knocking at the door, but let's not think that it's a kid playing this stuff in another dimension. It's entities. You copying yourself just like you are in your dream. You're rendering yourself to be a human being right now when it comes to the wave and particle theory. So how alien is alien? That we're not even cognizing reality for what it is. That when anything that we're looking at, but anything behind me is not that hue, is not that color. Anything besides, on the side of me, I can see the colors, cool. I'm rendering everything in here. But behind me, everything is changed that I don't see. It's gone back to being the wave. You see? We transform the wave into particles, into the colors. The ego is what's looking at the colors. And, oh, yeah. If the ego was not in the physical body and the soul took over the physical body, we would not see the colors. We would see the wave. That's when it becomes spiritual. The kundalini, the serpent on fire, you know? The kundalini energy. That's when the soul takes over the physical body, the soul consciousness, even your whole awarenessness. It's all different, and the ego feels like it's just a spectator inside the physical body now, because you've changed roles. The ego's become just a spectator, and now the soul's taken over the body, so reality is rendered for the soul. So now the soul can see, okay, everything is made of waves, everything is made of light. Just like in the movie Matrix when Neo was blinded. He could still see Agent Smith, but not in the flesh form. In light wave forms. And everything was light wave forms. That's what it's all about. You see, when the soul takes over the body, you will see the logos. You will experience that spiritual aspect. But that's, I call it the etheric reality, because it's the reality of the soul. What if the prototypical aspect was to take over the physical body? Now, that's so powerful because it does not belong to the universe. Maybe it would take over the subatomical aspect of who we are. Maybe that's where it's at. Our subatomical aspect, nature, is participating in a cosmic reality that the physical ego does not have a clue about. See? So when it comes to alien, how alien are we to who we are?
Yeah.
How alien are we to what we know of ourselves? This is why I say that the Path 101 is about, okay, who am I? And it's really complicated. It's really out there. Proper out there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my theories on alien, and we'll see you in the next clip. Laters.